On November 24, 1971, a man walked onto a plane with a briefcase, a cigarette, and a fake name. 45 minutes later, he jumped out of that plane with $200,000 strapped to his body. He was never seen again. Not his body, not the money, not a single trace. To this day, the FBI still doesn't know who he was. This is the story of the only unsolved skyjacking in American history. It was the day before Thanksgiving, 1971. Portland International Airport was crowded, tired, and completely unremarkable.
A man in a dark suit and sunglasses walked to the counter and bought a one-way ticket to Seattle.
He paid in cash, under the name Dan Cooper. No ID required. This was 1971, before metal detectors, before watch. Flight attendants remembered him as calm and polite, ordinary, almost forgettable. He took a seat near the back, ordered a bourbon and soda, and waited. "36 passengers, 6 crew members, Flight 305 pushed back from the gate right on schedule. Nobody on board had any idea what was about to happen 30,000 feet in the air. Shortly after takeoff, he passed a folded note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner. She assumed it was just a phone number and slipped it into her pocket without even reading it. He leaned in close and said 4 words that changed everything. "Miss, you'd better read that note. I have a bomb." She read it. Then she looked up at him, frozen. He opened his briefcase just enough to show her red cylinders, wires, a battery. Whether it was a real bomb, no one would ever confirm. But it didn't matter. She believed him. His demands were simple: $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a plane waiting in Seattle. The airline didn't hesitate. They had the money in unmarked $20 bills within hours. The plane circled Seattle for hours, while the ransom and parachutes were gathered on the ground below. When it finally landed, all 36 passengers were released. Only the crew and the hijacker remained on board. He gave the pilots a new set of instructions. Fly to Mexico City. Stay under 10,000 feet. Keep the landing gear down. Don't exceed 200 knots. It was a flight path built for exactly one purpose: to jump out. Just after 8 p.m., the rear stairs of the plane lowered, mid-flight. The cabin pressure changed instantly. The crew felt it in their ears. And then, nothing. No sound, no struggle. He was simply gone. Somewhere over the dense forests of southwest Washington, a man vanished into the storm. What followed was the largest manhunt in FBI history at the time. hundreds of agents, military search teams, a reward offered for any sign of him. They found nothing. No parachute, no briefcase, no body. For 9 years, the case sat completely cold. Then, in 1980, everything changed because of an 8-year-old boy digging in the sand. Along the Columbia River, his fingers hit something buried just below the surface. 3 bundles of decaying $20 bills, half buried in the riverbank sand. The serial numbers matched Cooper's ransom money exactly. It proved that he had really jumped there. It proved the money was real. But it proved almost nothing about what actually happened to the man himself. Over the next 4 decades, the FBI investigated more than 1,000 suspects. Forensic confessions, amateur investigators combing the woods with metal detectors. Every lead ended the same way, with more questions than answers. In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case for good. The only unsolved commercial hijacking in American aviation history. No name, no body, no answers. Just a legend that refuses to fade. Investigators built psychological profiles based on the little evidence he left behind. A skilled jumper, some said. Others believed he barely knew what he was doing. The truth is, jumping from a plane at night, in a storm, over unfamiliar terrain, is nearly impossible to survive. Most experts believe he never even made it to the ground alive. But without a body, the mystery and the legend stayed alive. Books were written, documentaries were made. An entire town still celebrates his disappearance every year. Amateur sleuths still comb the forest today, convinced they'll find the answer the FBI never could. But after 50 years, the forest has kept its secret well. Somewhere between a rainy tarmac in Portland and a riverbank in Washington, a man simply stepped out of his own life. And into legend. Maybe he survived and built an entirely new life under a different name. Maybe the jump killed him instantly, in the dark, over trees he never even saw coming. Either way, he got the one thing every person who's ever wanted to disappear is really asking for. He got to simply stop existing, and no one has ever proven otherwise. The case remains open in the court of public opinion. What do you think really happened to him? If stories like this keep you up at night, in a good way, subscribe. We post a new one every week.